Well, what I would say is I'm looking forward to getting my assistant coaching seat back. You're supposed to laugh about that. Give credit to Coach Magpio and UC Riverside because you look at their record and it just doesn't match up to the way they played today. I mean, they had us running around, scrambling, really difficult to guard. Scouting report says they're going to shoot a lot of threes. The only way they can beat us would be to make a lot of threes. We had plenty of days to prepare. We thought we did a good job of preparing for it, but obviously tonight you see we did not. And, that's our fault as our coaching staff. We didn't do a good enough job, I guess, to overemphasize, reemphasize the three-point shot. And I think they made 14. My eyes are bad, 14 threes. So that's not good enough. We were lucky, very lucky and fortunate. I wouldn't say lucky, very fortunate to pull the game out at the end. We had a nice lead, and then we just proceeded to give them three after three after three. But I'll tell you, standing up there, they were really, really tough to defend. I thought we had, unfortunately, Coach has been ill, as you guys know, and I thought we made progress in practice. I thought we had great practices, great energy. We were trying to really stress deflections and defensive pressure, rebounding, sharing the ball, passing, better, not over dribbling and finding the open man, which I think we had 15 assists, which was probably the best thing we did. Our deflections were really low, 25 deflections, and our rebounding was very poor. But we survived, and Dylan hit a great shot at the end, and we even messed that play up. Our execution still is not good. Again, you're assistant coach, and you think you have all the answers, and then when you sit up there and you're trying to run things and do things, and it doesn't work, and it's like, now I know how the head coach feels because we did not execute a lot of the things that we worked on for 3 straight days, and I thought that hurt us in the flow of the game. But we survived, and let's get some questions. Yeah, I think it's just he's got something going on with his toe that he's had lingering for a while, a week to 2 weeks maybe. But it's nothing new, and it's something that he probably, whatever drive or something, he probably stubbed it again and aggravated it. I think it's ankle. I don't know how severe, but he had ice ice on it, and it was done for the game. Yeah, I think he's feeling better. I think he's just not 100% yet. So we're going to be off tomorrow, back at it on Saturday. So hopefully, I'm sure he'll be back, ready to go.
What was his advice to you tonight?
Lots of things. I mean, we talked, as much as he could with his illness. We did a lot of back and forth constantly. He scouted the game like he was coaching the game, so he knew exactly all the things that we were trying to get across. Obviously, the things that I said earlier were the things that we all talked about. We just didn't accomplish them.
Coach, going back to your three-point defense really quickly to get a bit more specific. What did you see? Was there issues with switching, spacing? What did you see?
Yeah, a few. I think it was mostly us losing. I heard the question. I'm good. We just lost guys. We overhelped, and we stressed about being in gaps when someone gets isolated, but you can't lunge and try to steal the ball and get nothing and then leave a guy wide open for a three. And we just continued to do it. And that was frustrating. They drove a few times in the paint, and we collapsed. And then they found people on the weak side. So it really wasn't, our switching wasn't that bad. Our switching was actually pretty decent, I thought, for the most part. I'd have to watch the film again. But I thought our lunging on drives and giving up open threes where we continued in the timeouts, told them stop doing that, and we kept doing it. And that's what hurt us. And they were on a roll. They were confident. It wasn't just one guy. It was multiple guys that were stepping into threes, and just obviously Kyle Owens had a career day. I think Kyle's dad played at UCLA, right, back when Don McClain played. So he had a great game. I mean, I don't know if he's ever made 5 threes in a game, typical with us. And they spread us out, and it was really a lot of breakdowns.
Coach John W. Davis with the Southern California News Group, LA Daily News. Good to see you again. Question, What do you want this game-winning shot to do for Dylan's confidence?
Yeah, so you don't have much time in the timeout, and I was going to either be him or Baz, and I figured let's give Da. I think Da could get downhill and make a play. So I went with him instead of Baz on that play, and I think Da had some good moments. And again, I don't have my readers on, so I can't really read the stats. But I don't know what Dylan did here. 7 for 12. I thought he did a fairly good job today, especially on offense. Defense, I still want him to improve, but Dylan's going to have to play like that in these games coming up. He's going to have to give us good minutes and some scoring.
And speaking of Dylan, what do you think he's still maybe learning about running a team, with significant minutes like he's getting now?
Yeah, I mean, he's got kind of a mentality to score, and so which we need, but he's got to be able to see open people and still develop that part of his game. He had a beautiful lob pass to Adai. I don't remember what time in the second half, but that was a great look. And if he can keep developing that, he can be really dangerous because he's fast and he can get in the paint. He can shoot the pull up. He can shoot. He made a couple of threes off the dribble tonight. Really effective player. But I think vision as a point guard is an area where he needs to improve.
Coach, Will McClendon had those 2 late three-pointers. What do you make of his just development from beyond the arc from last season to this season?
Yeah, it's a good question. There was a big question about Will. Can he make those shots? Because he struggled last year. I would say he worked really hard in the offseason, summer, and we saw him this year in practice, preseason, before we started playing games. He was one of our, if not our best, three-point shooter. Will can make it when he's open and he's set. And he's organized. He can make it. If he starts to take hard shots and too much movement, that's where he would struggle. But when he's open and we can kick it to him, we're pretty confident that he can make it. So moving forward, it's a nice little weapon for us if he can continue to play with that confidence when we kick it to him, just to lace it up and shoot it.
And then Adem had 5 fouls in just 13 and a half minutes. What did you make of it, what was not working for him?
I love him. I want to hug him. He's just such a good guy, and he tries so hard. The talks, the film, all the stuff, you can't make dumb fouls. You can't make over-the-backs, illegal screens, push, elbow. Even on that fourth foul, he saw the guy about to lay it in, and he's like, he can't stop himself. I'm going to go block it, and he got his 5th foul. So we survived with him having playing 14 minutes, I think. That was rough, and he's just, I don't know what else to say other than he's got to just slow down, relax, and he can't get those fouls. And he's not even getting those fouls mostly on defense. They're offensive foul. A lot of them are offensive fouls. And in Hawaii, similar kind of foul trouble with over-the-backs, illegal screens.
Just curious, have you heard from Coach since the game ended?
He's been texting the other guys yet. I didn't get to my phone. I'm sure I'll get a phone call and a conversation as soon as we're done. But I'm looking. We're all looking forward to for him to come back and get going. And I am definitely looking forward to sliding back over to the other seat as quick as possible.
Thanks, Coach Savino.
Okay.